That was purely a confirmation for me. I don't know if it was for anybody else, but sometimes you really just gotta knock everything over and start from scratch. Start over. Begin something new. Because when you create something from a foundation that's not solid, it puts you in a position of where you're on shaky ground. And if you don't want to be on shaky ground, you have to be able to establish a solid foundation for yourself. And whoever is around you, they have to let you do that. And if they don't let you do that, then that means that they are the ones trying to put you on that shaky ground. And whether they're doing it on purpose or whether they're doing it by accident, it's happening. That doesn't take away from the fact. So when you know something is not good for you, you know you have to release it. And whether that might hurt you or whether that is going to liberate you, is going to show you once you let go. But you have to detach and recognize that you don't have to be attached to anybody's perspective of what anybody thinks of what anybody thinks about you. If you have to let go of everybody and everyone in order for you to achieve your dreams, then you have to do that. So what? Yes, it gets lonely at the top. That's what they say. And the top is wherever you want it to be. But you have to make sure that you're able to cultivate that dream for yourself before you can incorporate anybody else's feelings. Because people are always going to feel some type of way. People are always going to feel like they should have a say in what you're doing or what your life is supposed to be because it's going to make their life comfortable. Well, if what they want doesn't make you comfortable, then that means that they have to go. Sorry. Sorry. You know, sorry. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It's really not personal. It's about growth. And if somebody else wants to grow around you, they will be clapping for you. They'll be sitting there right with you. They'll be sitting there trying to help you cultivate that dream for yourself, or they won't even get in your way if they know that they can't help you. So we have to make sure that we're paying attention to the people that we have in our life. When you create this structure, it helps you have a solid standing. You're creating networks, you're creating connections with people who are going to help you elevate yourself in life. And it doesn't have to be elevating yourself in, oh, yeah, you're a millionaire. Like some people, they don't want that type of life. Some people, they don't want to have an extravagant life. They just want to be able to have peace or whatever they want to have. And if you take into account what you want, you have to recognize what the people around you want. If the people around you want chaos, that's what you're going to be having, regardless of if you want it or not. It's like you're accepting the deal. It's you not picking a side. You accepting something just because somebody else is doing it because you want them to feel comfortable. And you can't just let people be comfortable in your energy doing whatever they want because that's going to affect your life also. It's not going to just affect you, it's going to affect the people around you and your experience that you're trying to build. For example, if you're out here hanging out with people who are causing mischief in their own life while you're trying to build your life, you simply being associated with them, it's going to appear that you condone that or you are running with those type of crowds. It's going to look like you also are birds of a feather. So it's like you are who you hang out with, regardless if you want to see it as I don't really associate myself with those people. I only hang out with them when I want to party, or I only hang out with them because I want to have fun. It's whoever you associate yourself with, you're going to be following into the path because regardless, you got to have something in common. You can't be just sitting around hanging out with people who you have nothing in common with, and then all of a sudden now you guys are besties. What would it be that you guys have in common? What makes you guys besties? Those are the things that we have to think about. What makes you besties with somebody? Because when you don't think about what makes y'all besties, then it's like you guys literally could be just connected based off of chaos, like a trauma bond. It's a fake connection. Trauma bonds, people creating soul bonds. People want to be connected sometimes when they see the light that you have inside of you. When they see how bright you are, when they see that you can shine, when they see that you are able to cultivate an experience for yourself and somebody else. I'm talking about like if you were to go out with somebody and they are the one who tell you where to go and they tell you this is the type of vibes, just show up. They make sure all drinks are provided. They make sure food is taken care of. They make sure you have a ride. They are able to create an experience for you. and you love it. That's the same way that people feel when you have that energy. That's the same way. People feel like, oh, when I come into this person's energy, I'm safe. When I come into this person's energy, I have a nice place to relax. When I come into this person's energy, I can have some food. When I come into this person's energy, I can get. That's the point. People don't really know too much about how to move out of unconditional love. It's a lot of transactional relationships out here. It's a lot of people moving in just a period or space of feeling like they lack something and looking for somebody or something to fill that space that they're lacking. And whether you decide to be that or not, it's up to you. But what I'm saying is that when you're already whole as a person, where you're already complete with, you don't need anybody to come in and complete you to make you whole. And you deserve somebody who also feels the same way. You deserve to have somebody also who's able to do the same thing for you. It's not just you doing for people and making them feel happy. They have to also make you feel happy. And this is for all the people who used to be people pleasers. Because I know I used to be one. I used to be one of those people who you could call me and be like, yeah, I'm going through this, and I will have a solution for you. I will have a solution. I'm not just coming to you with, oh, I hope you feel better. Oh, I hope this changes. No, I have a solution. Like if it's in money terms, if I can, I will give you the money. If I could, I'm saying, if I could, I would have gave you the money. But I had to outgrow that. I had to outgrow the fact that one, my presence is not just synonymous with somebody taking from me, somebody benefiting off of me. Me growing and me being my best version of myself is not so that other people can benefit from it. It's so that I can have a life that I love. So I can live a life that makes me feel happy. And that's the same way that you should move. You should always be able to live a life that makes you feel happy, regardless of what anybody says. And sometimes we do need to change. We do need to do introspection because we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And that's okay. Because when you go through life, you grow. That's why life is a journey, because it's something for you to experience. That's why you have the opportunity to write your story the way that you want it to. I can say this, me as a person, I I wanted to leave where I came from so badly because I felt like I was meeting the same people over and over again, different bodies, same energies, and I'm talking about people on the same type of vibes. And I am not even in that space anymore. I'm 28 years old. I'm grown. And I no longer want to be in spaces with people who are not growing for themselves and not trying to elevate, because when their focus is not on the prize, your focus is not on the prize either, because your focus is on them. And it's like there has to be some sort of balance. There's some sort of balance. So I focus all my time into elevating myself, into building this existence, building this life that I want for myself so that I can achieve the life that I want. And that's the same thing I want for you guys. I want you guys to understand that hard work does pay off. Even though you don't see those instant results, you'll get little treats along the way. You'll never know until you actually decide to take that walk and see what you can build and what you can create. You have to bet on yourself. Take the opportunity to choose you and say, okay, I might be onto something. I might be something. I might be. I might be that one. You have to be able to have faith in yourself. That self care, that self love, it hits different. Self love is like a shield. You want to know why? Because it stops all the hate, it stops all the gossip, it stops all the things that can obstruct you from getting to where you want to go. It's like a big shield. Like somebody wants to come to you with some negativity or anything that's not going to help you or benefit you going forward. That self love, it's like, I don't even see you, because what you're bringing to me is not benefiting me. That's not going to put me in any type of mindset that's going to help me build or create anything for my life going forward. So I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to hit the, oh, I'm gonna have to go. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go. So I don't feel bad, and you shouldn't feel bad either for doing what's best for you, especially when times are rough. People will do what's best for them. And you could be the type of person, just like me, possibly, that when you do what's best for yourself, it doesn't make it so that it's not what's best for others. You try to at least make it so that other people can still be good, even if you make a decision. And a lot of people don't live like that. A lot of people, they're selfish. So when you're a selfless person, you have to learn how to be able to give of yourself, how to be selfless. I'm sorry, how to be selfish because people want you to be selfless. When people notice that you're selfless, ooh, will they try to benefit off of that? They will try to take every opportunity that they have to try to use that as their greatest triumph. Like, oh my God, yes, I got over on this person who is selfless. It's not getting over on somebody when you're doing something from the bottom of your heart. All you're doing is cheating yourself out of a good person. And that's why you should always move with authenticity, with the love within your heart. Don't let people try to take that light from you because they want it. I'm telling you, they want it for themselves. So they try to put you down so that you feel like your light isn't shining bright, so that you think that you don't have what it takes so that you can achieve your dreams. And they push that down so that they can shine brighter in their own life, in their own world. Because in reality, you're actually doing something in your life that's actually going to bring you to a position where you're going to build yourself, where you're going to elevate to a higher position. And they're sitting there doing whatever they can to stop you. What's that doing? All it is taking their time that they're putting into your life, it's putting it into you, their energy. You get to take that, and their energy that they could have been putting into something that could build their life, they're focusing on you. So in hindsight, they're going to be losing actually because they're not paying attention to the things that they are needing to pay attention to. That's when you know when somebody is actually trying to do bad in your life, is when all of the things in their life stop falling because they're putting too much energy into you, they're paying too much attention to you, or they're paying too much attention to something that's not benefiting them. So it's going to obviously show in their life. They say you will know them by their fruits. Imagine you walk up to somebody, and everybody during this time of the year is planting their seeds. And this person, every year, they're just like dilly dallying. They're going over looking at other people's seeds, trying to mess with other people's seeds, trying to make sure other people are not planting their seeds. And then when the time comes, when it's time for the weather to change and the plants are starting to actually grow from the sun and the water coming down on it, you have your plants still there, even if they tried to sabotage it because you were paying attention to them. You were watching them. But them, on the other hand, they were watching yours. They were trying to sabotage yours, or they were trying to sabotage somebody else's, or they were trying to play in other people's fields. So when you go to their land, very barren, very empty, very much has nothing, nothing to show for it. Because why? Because they're focusing on other people and they're not focusing on themselves. And that's how you can really get caught up in putting yourself in a mess by messing with people who do not have your best interest. Because if somebody else is going around messing with other people's plants and messing with other people's gardens, and you're just out there hanging out with them, you're just following along with them, you follow along with their lead, you do what they say. Not necessarily saying like you're doing what they say, but I'm saying like you're following along with them. Like, oh yeah, what do you want to do today? I'm following you. You're going along with their plans, and thus you're not paying attention to what you got going on. So like 2 months down the line, when everybody else got their plans, you guys are sitting there like, we're gonna have to work hard while everybody is reaping their harvest. I could have been reaping my harvest right now, but I was out here dilly dallying with you. It's like we have to take a look at ourselves. Oh my goodness, I keep knocking this over. I'm feeling like those are real confirmations because, like I said, you gotta knock shit over sometimes. Sometimes you really gotta start all over from the beginning. Sometimes you really gotta rinse and repeat because if something doesn't work, you have to get out of here. Yeah. You don't want to be investing into something that's not going to benefit you. I'm telling you, if you invest into things that benefit you, you will grow. For example, what you watch. If you watch people who are speaking on topics that are going to help your mind grow versus listening to people who are just going to be talking about brain rot bullshit, nothing that really makes sense, nothing that's really important, then you're going to have your mind in that area. You're going to be in that brain rot area. Versus if you were to listen to things like podcasts about money management, versus you listen to podcasts about people who are growing, people who are trying to learn about certain things that you're interested in. When you listen to things that help you grow versus listening to things that don't help you grow, you're able to become a better version of yourself because you're able to introspect. You're able to see what that person in front of you has that you wish that you had. And it's not so that you can compare yourself or feel like you're less than, it's so that you can grow. You need to be able to have that comparison to see where you are lacking. It's not about people being jealous. It's not about people being a copycat or anything. It's literally so that you can see, hey, I think I would be better if I was to grow in this way, if I was to build my life in this way so that I can feel comfortable within my own life. It's not about copying. It's just sometimes you have to see the influence in order for you to be able to grow. So you have to be able to put yourself in those positions to find those influences because those influences are not going to be in those spaces where there's chaos, where there's drama, where there's people trying to make you think about stuff that doesn't matter. You have to be able to focus. Focus, 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 focus. You know, life is not easy. It's a lot that comes with it. It's a lot that comes with being able to just sit there and just, be in your space and be comfortable being yourself. People don't want you to experience that. They want you to take your eyes off the prize. The prize is you, baby. The prize is you. If this is your life, the prize is you. So, how could you make it so that your life matches that? If you feel like right now your life is not reflecting that, what can you do right now to change that? What can you do to make yourself feel special? What can you do to spark that flame back in inside of you? Because sometimes that's what it is. People try to put your flame out. They try to be like, oh, because they just think that if they were to just, huff and puff and blow your house down, that you're never gonna come back. But no, you can come back. You're just gonna come back as a better version of yourself, or you're gonna come back as a more elevated version of yourself. Or you might even come back as a more feisty version of yourself. You might come back as a version of yourself that they've never seen before, but it's gonna be a version of yourself that they're not gonna even be able to exist in the same realm as you because you've been able to overcome that. And I know that if you're on this channel, that you know that overcoming things is what we do. We don't sit there and let people run all over us. We don't let people do whatever they want to do in our lives. We have boundaries, we have standards, we have reasons for what we do. We don't just sit here and let people mess about in our lives. Who told you can come here and mess about? We're not letting people do that. So, if you really want your life to go the way that you want it to go, you have to be able to peep what people are doing in front of you, and so that you can stand on business when time comes. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me today. It's your girl, Kas The Bestie. I will be back again tomorrow with another stream. I would love to see you guys. Oh, if you guys want to tap in with an emergency meeting, head over to kasthebestie.com. That's KASTHEBESTIE.com, where you can get your own personal conversation with me so that we can have unbiased conversations so you can understand truly what's going on within your life and how to move forward. Because stagnancy is only so that you can introspect. And sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes you need somebody who will be able to help you solve a problem that nobody around you can help you with. And that's me for you. That's me for you, Bookie. Thank you guys all for coming here today. Oh, also, on Patreon, tap in to the 5D expansion with Kas The Bestie, where the frequency is high, the vibes are real, and things just keep getting deeper. And I will see you guys very, very soon.